Hey, what is going on guys? Danny here, welcome back to the channel and I hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to make this quick update video as it looks like we've got our first real picture of the upcoming RTX 3090 graphics card. This was posted on Twitter by a user named James with the handle Garnet Sunset, and here they have posted two pictures showing the reference RTX 3090 right next to a reference RTX 2080, and man does it absolutely dwarf the old reference cards. Right off the bat, this thing is going to be massive. If you look closely to where the I/O is, you can see a formation for a triple slot bracket. So just take that in, you guys. This is a reference card that is going to be a triple slot card. It's going to be extremely thick. But as for the overall design, you can see that this is indeed the exact same design that was seen from the leaked pictures of the RTX 3080 that we got a couple months back. However, the differentiation here is that the 3080 will be a 2-slot card, whereas the 3090 will be a triple slot card, indicating higher power draw and higher thermals. So, NVIDIA did have to implement this very overcompensating or over-engineered design. And we do have another picture here with the cards flipped around, and you can see that this is very much the same reference cooler with the unique 2-fan placement, where one fan was on the front and one was on the back. And just look at the size of this thing, absolutely massive. It'll be a little hard to make it out, but there are some letter engravings on the back plate, and you guys can see it says RTX 3090 there. And more importantly, remember how there were some rumors about the specially designed PCB where instead of having that traditional rectangular board, you would have this PCB with a V-shape end to it? Well, this cooler pretty much confirms we'll be seeing that board with the new RTX 30 series reference models, at least for the GA102 variants, that is, since the back plates on the back of the cards have the exact same formation. Now, the other thing is that when we first saw the pictures leaked of the RTX 3080, one of the first things that crossed my mind was that what could have prompted NVIDIA into taking this route? Surely they're not just overcompensating for fun and building these large coolers to show off making these unique designs. There has to be a concrete reasoning behind it. Then when we started to hear more rumors and leaks from sources such as Igor's Lab and Kopite7Kimi, who suggested the cards will have significantly higher TDPs compared to their predecessors, and this is because NVIDIA will be leveraging Samsung's 8nm node, which is an inferior process compared to TSMC's 7nm EUV, along with the looming threat from AMD's Big Navi or Navi 21. They were worried about the performance crown and getting dethroned, and will stop at nothing from maintaining that lead, even if it means pushing these cards to the limit out of their node's efficiency sweet spot curve and sticking these massive coolers on them, if it means they'll at least retain the title as being the best cards for gaming. I'll be a bit honest, I am starting to get concerned now for multiple things. The power draw figures is something that has yet to be seen, but I am hoping that we don't have another Fermi situation on our hands. Don't get me wrong, NVIDIA will knock it out of the park when it comes to performance. There is no doubt in my mind that we'll be seeing massive leaps again, similar to what we saw from Pascal in regards to traditional rasterization performance, something that was missing from Turing and what made it so underwhelming. Along with that, we'll probably be seeing improved ray tracing performance where when you enable it, your FPS isn't gonna tank horribly, defeating the purpose. If these cards do consume a lot of power, then I feel like we'll be seeing enthusiasts, tech tubers, and other tech press outlets giving these cards the Radeon treatment. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's a fairly known fact that AMD likes to crank up the voltages on their graphics cards. When the Radeon 7 came out, it was touted as a card which was underwhelming because it didn't perform as well as some other high-end cards on the market. It was expensive and was very power-hungry for what was supposed to be AMD's showcase on 7nm. However, Jim from Adore TV in his review actually showed that literally with a click of a button in Wattman, you could auto-undervolt the card, and not only will it run quieter and consume significantly less power for an insignificant performance loss, but in fact, it would actually perform better because the card would be running cooler, and due to that would have higher headroom to boost its game clocks. So with just one click, he was able to fix this issue that, AMD should have really addressed when the card launched. So I feel like for the RTX 30 series, for the first time in a while, undervolting will be the way to go for the next gen NVIDIA graphics cards. Which, I'm not gonna lie, kinda makes me a bit sad because I'm one of those guys who's always like, yeah, let's crank up the voltage and dial up that frequency to 11, but It looks like that with these new processes, you're going to want to keep those voltages low, because with these smaller nodes and die shrinks, the transistors are tightly packed together, the electrical pathways are much more smaller, so you get a GPU that will also run quite a bit hotter. I mean, I completely gave up overclocking with my 3900X. I'm pretty much running it bone stock because I noticed that overclocking, whether that's manual or PBO, just didn't improve performance in really any noticeable way, and so the extra power draw and heat wasn't worth it. But circling back to the RTX 3090, if you're followers of my channel, you'll know that I'm using a Kraken G12 with a 360mm AIO from Thermaltake to keep my RTX 2080 cool, and it's been fantastic. It keeps the card under load at around 40 degrees Celsius and lets it comfortably boost to around 2100 megahertz, and giving it a nice bit of performance bump. When I get my hands on these next-gen graphics cards, I'll obviously be putting this cooler on it and doing some testing myself, but it'll be interesting to see if the reference PCB, when we get some more official pictures of it, that is, because if with this unique design that NVIDIA is using, it does concern me for compatibility with the Kraken G12, if, it'll actually outright work, if we'll need new brackets, or if NZXT is going to have to come out with some new Kraken G14 or something like that. If not, I'm hoping one of the AIBs will have a custom card that will be compatible, because after water cooling my GPU, it's definitely the route I want to take. There was also another interesting piece of information that the poster said, and he said the price was going to be $1,400, which I'm assuming is US currency. It's a lot better than hearing about $2,000 for the RTX 3090, but it's still very steep considering, what we got from the previous gen, which was already a price hike. Right now, I'm not going to be paying too much attention to pricing rumors and such, just because it's one of the last things that NVIDIA actually decides. So that'll do it for this video. It's just a matter of a few days, and we'll finally see what the next gen brings us. I hope you guys found this video to be informative and helpful. Let me know your thoughts down below. Check out the video description on ways to support the channel and for my other videos. If you guys are interested in more content like this, then make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.